Imagine being able to spot any system failure, team non-compliance, or profit mistake in your health business in less than 60 seconds from anywhere in the world. 1 minute practice gives you exactly this level of certainty and control. Let's take a look inside 1 minute practice so you can see the incredible power and security this online program gives you. Now here we are at the owner dashboard stage of 1 minute practice, where the owner can very quickly see that the practice is on track and everything being done effectively. Let's take a look deeper inside 1 minute practice and go into our new patient register. Now all health businesses should have a specific sequence of steps and procedures that all new clients to the business need to complete in their new client journey. But you all know that typically happens. The owner spends valuable time creating these steps and procedures, trains the team on how they are delivered to the patient, only to revisit this step in a few months to find that the procedure is not being followed at all, assuming they even found out the protocol is not being completed. At 1 minute practice, we believe your level of success and freedom as a health business owner is directly determined by how quickly you discover that a step is not being completed in your business. That's where the 1 minute practice new patient register comes into its own. Now here is an example of what a new patient register will look like in a well-managed and successful 1 minute practice. The owner has set up the new patient register with clearly defined and specific steps that they expect all team members to follow. For example, in this new patient register the owner has set up, obviously we have the location, if they have multiple practices, the patient's name, first name, last name, the therapist's name who performed the service, the admin person's team name who took the booking, where the person came from, and here are the defined steps that the owner has determined that they want to happen for each of these new patients. For example, this owner has set a new patient folder should be given to every patient, and we have a yes or no check box to make sure that's being done. This owner expects all new patients to sign a new patient agreement, which again is yes or no. All new patients should receive a written action plan with recommendations of how many consults they need. They've added a field here, consults and action plan. How many consultations are requested for that patient? How many future bookings are made? Is the follow-up call done? Is the feedback form done? Has their patient's email been added to the email database? Did they receive a welcome letter? The beauty of the 1 minute practice new patient register is a simple color-coded design. This owner can log into 1 minute practice from anywhere in the world and see that the key steps are being followed. This gives incredible power to the owner. Let's look at another 1 minute practice user and how the new patient register indicates quickly and easily system failure. The owner logs into their system. They can very clearly see here we have a problem. George Bean came in. He hasn't had an action plan given. He hasn't had a follow-up phone call done. His feedback form hasn't been done. His email hasn't been added to the database. He didn't get his welcome letter. Now if this is my business, in my once daily 1 minute practice review, I quickly shoot off an email and make a call to the therapist responsible and say something like, just check the new patient register of yesterday and notice that Mr. Bean did not receive his action plan, didn't get his follow-up phone call and feedback form. What happened? Can you follow up please? Again, that gives incredible power to the owner. Now one of the real benefits of the 1 minute practice program is you can very quickly and easily add extra steps to your new patient register. Let's say you want to add in a feedback score done. So this owner has already got feedback form done. Let's say we want to score that. How do we set that up inside 1 minute practice? Well, we go into the setup function, go down to new patient register setup. We scroll down and then we actually have a section inside 1 minute practice setup for the clinic score on the feedback score. So we just press show, submit, go back to our new patient register, and you can see the clinic score function has been added to the new patient register. So quickly and easily you can add extra steps to your register and you can take them away equally. So whatever steps you want to have checked and measured in your business, you can set them up inside the new patient register. Let's take a quick look inside some other main functions of the 1 minute practice. Let's check out daily data entry. Now the daily data entry section of 1 minute practice is where your admin team collects the vital numbers for the business each day. They spend roughly 1 to 2 minutes per day per therapist doing this, but this saves you hours each month of stat collection, collaboration, and gives you control you've never had before. Now in this daily data entry section, this owner has got each team member's total hours they work, their total consulting hours, how many hours they spend actually treating patients. Administration team put in how many hours they worked, so this also tracks your hours. Number of DNA appointments for the day, number of cancelled appointments, wasted therapist hours, consult billings, stock and other billings, how many consults they delivered, how many new patients they saw. Now the data collected in your daily data entry is used to produce incredible key performance indicator reports that keep your team motivated and let you know how everyone's going all the time in your health business. Let's take a quick look inside the profit and loss report inside 1 Minute Practice. You see the owner of this practice puts in his consult billing, gets added up from the daily data entry. Other stock billings gives us a total gross income across each month. Adding in admin hours, therapist wage, owner consulting wage, ends up with his expenses. He puts his expenses in. So in 5 to 10 minutes a month, he gets this incredible report. The 1 Minute Practice program then gives you a definite breakdown of all of your expenses as a percentage of gross. We can see admin wage, we can see therapist wage, owner consulting wage, how much work the owner is actually doing in the practice, total wage bill, their rent and mortgage as a percentage of gross, other clinic costs, and profit as a percentage of gross. This incredible report gives you the chance to organise and control your business expenses. 1 Minute Practice also gives you estimations of what we think it should be. We think admin wage shouldn't exceed 10%. Therapist wage shouldn't exceed 40%. Your rent mortgage shouldn't exceed 10% of gross. Other clinic costs shouldn't exceed 10%, and it comes up a different colour, red, when there's a problem. So I'd be looking at admin wage as a percentage of gross and my other clinic costs. So if I was this clinic owner, I'd be looking at admin expenses. I'd be looking very heavily at what I'm spending my money on inside the practice. Incredible power inside the 1 Minute Practice profit and loss report. Let's take a quick look inside the KPI section of 1 Minute Practice. Now the Key Performance Indicators section of 1 Minute Practice transforms the data from the new patient register and daily data entry into a set of accurate and performance-driven metrics that allow you to see the performance of each and every team member in real time, so no more uncertainty that comes from not knowing your key numbers. This frees you from having to be in the clinic all the time monitoring each and every step you want your team to perform. For example, this owner is tracking the number of consults each team member delivers. He's got a goal of delivering 20, and that therapist over this time frame has delivered 25 consultations, so he's gone green, so he's above average. Kath Kingsley, the next therapist, she had a goal of 56, but she's only made 43, so that's red. So you can see, the owner can log in and see for each therapist who's red and who's green. You can track number of new patients, new patient rebooking average. Over here, for example, we're expecting each therapist to recommend 3 consultations for every new patient after they see them. And this therapist has achieved that goal. Pamela down here, she was expected to do 2. She's only got a 1.5 average. Percent follow-up, no follow-up, utilisation rates, products sold. Any key metric you put into your new patient register or daily data entry will pick up as a key performance indicator here. And you can set goals for each team member. You go into the goals section, and you select and write in the goal for each therapist for all the variables you want to track. An incredibly powerful piece of equipment that is going to revolutionise your health business. Because all team members are now accountable for their own performance and see it compared to the rest of the team. Let's take a look inside the marketing plan of function of 1 Minute Practice. Here we are inside the marketing plan of function of 1 Minute Practice. Now the key to a great health business is the consistency of the marketing message we produce. However, most health business owners are too busy putting out fires to have any time or energy left for marketing. Well, 1 Minute Practice systematizes the marketing function of your business, giving you a repeatable, consistent and measurable flood of new and repeat clients into your health business. Now here's a very simple marketing planner done by this health business owner. We can see very clearly he's doing a monthly e-newsletter. So it's an internal campaign, an e-newsletter that goes out on the 1st of the month. The topic for this month was running injuries. The person assigned was Paul, and it's been completed. It was sent out on the 2nd of June. So we know from the green tab here that these steps have been done. We've got each month a birthday letter campaign. It was sent out on the 15th of June. Brian was in charge of it, the birthday letter. We had 200 sent and we had 6 bookings from it. So we can also track the results of our marketing campaign. Things that are pending, we've got a Dr. Smith visit. that's pending by Paul on the 17th of June. So when Paul completes that visit, that'll be marked as completed. So again, we know the task is done. There's a gym lecture planned for Friday the 19th of June, an injury prevention with Sally. Again, when Sally completes that, she'll mark it here as completed. So we know that these steps were done. She can even put the results of the campaign and any comments here as well. We've got an open day on the 30th of June. Again, Peter's in charge of that. 1 minute practice gives you the power to control and make sure that these marketing steps happen inside your business. A very powerful function. And the setup function up here, you can set up the marketing planner, lets you add and change all of these features in very quickly and very easily. Let's take a look inside the checklist function of 1 minute practice. Have you ever spent time setting up a protocol, a system in your business, spent hours creating the protocol and training the team, only to revisit this step a month later and find that it's hardly being done at all? Well, the checklist feature inside 1 minute practice allows you to assess in less than 1 minute that your team are doing the tasks you want them to do each and every day in your business. No more uncertainty, no more ignorance of the lack of task completion in your business. Now here's an example of the admin checklist for this practice. We've got 3 admin team members on here. He's written and allocated the daily activities he wants them to do. So vacuum, empty the bins, clean the kitchen, do the toilet rolls, update the new patient register. Now the admin checklist is color coded so we can see exactly which admin team member did which specific task on a certain day. The beauty of 1 minute practice, you log into the system, you quickly look at the checklist, you make sure they're all being done, and you can relax knowing that your systems and procedures are being followed. You can see this owner has set up daily tasks. He set up weekly activities, weekly wage forms, send doctor's reports, meet with the owner, and there's even monthly activities. And let's look, there's also a checklist for the therapists. Now this owner has got the daily tasks for each team member, daily wage form, clean and tidy the treatment room, new patient follow-up phone calls, peer review, update new patient register. So the owner can very clearly, quickly see if the therapist is doing each of the daily tasks required of them. Now if I was this owner, I'd be questioning what happened here with the new patient follow-up phone calls because they weren't checked. So again, the owner logs into 1 minute practice, goes to the checklist, very quickly casts an eye across, make sure that the key tasks are done for the day, and it's easy to very quickly add or take away items from the checklist. You quickly go to Setup, Checklists, go to Therapist Checklists Daily, and we might add one in here. Let's say we want them to ring doctors, ring referring doctors. We'll show it. Paste that in there. We'll submit. So we come back to the checklist for the therapist and we see that ring referring doctors is now down here. So we've added that to our checklist. An incredibly powerful way of making sure your team are doing what you want them to do, are accountable, and giving you the freedom you want from your health business. Let's take a look inside the 90-day goal lists. Here we are inside the 90-day goal sections of 1 minute practice. Now this owner has clearly laid out their goals for the quarter and their action steps they need to do to produce that set goal. This helps your team stay on track. So you have a meeting with your team and you do the same thing with your team. Increase team retention and compliance using the 90-day planner. You just simply sit down each month with a team member, lay out the 90-day goals. Don't let your team stagnate. Keep them motivated, moving forward with their careers, which will greatly increase retention, a great feature inside 1 minute practice. Here we are inside the cancellation do not attend call register. This incredible part of the program lets you add any patient who would cancel or do not attend into this system, which lets you as the owner quickly and easily check that these people are followed up. Similarly, one of the most powerful marketing strategies you can use is a 1 month follow-up call list. And this is also a part of 1 minute practice. Let's go and have a look at that. Again, inside the 1 month follow-up call list section of 1 minute practice, each month you upload the patients who haven't been in for a set period of time. Your team then responsible for logging into the 1 minute practice program, calling these people, making sure they're now 100%. A great way for you to track and make sure that your team are staying in contact with past patients. This is an incredible part of the marketing success of 1 Minute Practice. So as you can see, the 1 Minute Practice program gives you incredible power. We look at the new patient register, the marketing plan, a cancellation do not call register, 1 month follow-up call list, profit and loss, 90-day goals. When you add that to your key performance indicators, everything able to be coordinated through the setup function of 1 Minute Practice. It's the only way you can stay on top of your business from anywhere in the world. An incredible program.